When you have guests, where do they stay? Hi, I'm Lisa Wood. I'm an interior designer in Asheville, North Carolina, and I specialize in living in place. Welcome. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Click the bell for notifications. I release a new video every Tuesday. I'm glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about accessory dwelling units, what they are, what they look like, and the different options that you have, and then also what they cost. With today's episode, I'm going to do a series of about 3. With today's, I'm going to show you a very quick option that you can consider. So let's dive in. Accessory dwelling units are the technical term in the design build industry. They're not very sexy, and so you are probably more familiar with terms like guest house or mother-in-law suite, and there are quite a few other names that we'll see here. What is an ADU? An ADU is a secondary dwelling unit that is on your property, whether it's attached to your home or detached. Other names that it can be called are guest house, studio, converted apartment, garage basement. My favorite, I think, is granny pod. I think that's super fun, and my mom probably would have liked that. And they can be a bump out even, and we'll take a look at those in a minute. People are also using them for Airbnb rentals. I have one client that's actually looking to convert their basement to become an Airbnb. Here in orange, you can see the different options. You can have it detached, or the other options are attached, whether it's to the side, up above, or down below. Benefits of ADUs are they can provide additional rental income to you, or income if it's going to be used as a business, such as an art studio, yoga studio, hair studio. Again, with COVID, people are having to make adjustments, and a lot of us are working from home. So if you need a secondary space to do your business and have that space contained exactly for what you need it to, it might be an option to consider for a business space. They can also increase your home value. And it allows you to increase diversity because there are sometimes people would like to live in your neighborhood, but maybe they can't afford it, such as maybe kids coming back home. I know a lot of families are having their college kids back home, and with colleges canceling, it could be a great space for somebody to still have their independence and yet be close to home. Another great use for ADUs is for caregivers, especially if you have somebody in your home that needs medical attention. Or what about just your aging parents, having them come closer that you know that they are accessible, because some people don't want to be stuck in nursing homes anymore. Differences between ADUs and duplexes. First off, ADUs are not duplexes. They are on a single family-owned piece of property. They typically are limited in size, and they also, from the city's perspective, they need to tie in with the original house. Design requirements require that. Occupancy limits are going to be stricter than in traditional rental units, and you do have to have these registered and inspected as well. So let's take a look at some prefab units, because this is one category. If you choose to have an ADU on your property, you can go with a company that will prefab this. You can order it, they build it off-site in their warehouse, and then they come and install it. Some are brought in by crane, some are by truck, some are assembled on site. It's pretty amazing. This particular company, the Prefab ADU, they build units anywhere from 150 square feet on up to 1,200 square feet. And 1,200 square feet, that's bigger than my second apartment. They are turnkey solutions, so they design and then build, and they promise to build them in 90 days, which can be very affordable in terms of time frame. Studio Shed is another great company. I was really impressed with theirs. These are all different options that you can have, and again, they're prefabbing them and bringing them in. This is one example of Studio Shed's floor plans, and I like the versatility in it. You get a little kitchen, you get a bathroom, you get a living area, and people are using them for all different types of reasons. Again, a couple extra views of the floor plans that they offer. What's neat about these is that even though they're prefab, you can completely customize them. By the time you put in your materials and your furnishings and everything, they can be quite special. California Modulars, I like theirs. I think those are pretty sweet looking. They've got, these are just some of them. They have quite a few. I'll be linking down to these companies in the description below. Kodo is another manufacturer. And I liked, when I was doing the research, I liked that they had cabins that were approved here in the United States. Sheds Unlimited, another company. Great look. They have some more, all of these tend to be a little bit contemporary in the look. They are literally a shed with some clerestory windows. But the one back over by the pool, that has a little bit more traditional look to it. So what are some of the frequently asked questions? Well, how much does it cost? That's going to really run the gamut because it can run anywhere from starting around $90,000 and go up over $300,000. And again, it all depends on where it gets built, what goes into it, land issues. If you've got a topography, big steep topography to deal with, you're going to have structural engineering fees, permits, and builder fees, architectural costs. These do not typically include interior design costs, but I would suggest if you're going to do it, you might want to enlist the help of an interior designer to really help you pull it together. And on average, it can take 9 to 12 months. Again, it all depends on the weather factors and the location factors, but in a pretty short period of time, you could have an additional dwelling unit on your site. Is an ADU right for you? I suggest you do your homework. There are so many possibilities with these units. You can customize them to the nth degree. So I would recommend, if you are considering one, you want to get with a qualified builder, architect, and designer. You want to definitely make sure you have a realistic time frame and a realistic budget to make sure that this process goes smoothly. Next week, we're going to look at custom ADUs, and the architecture I found on these is phenomenal. It will blow you away. I would want one myself. I do want one on my next house. So we will take a look at different units from granny pods to in-law suites and guest houses. And again, they're truly beautiful. So thank you again for joining me. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Click the bell for notifications each Tuesday and comment below. I would love to know what your takeaways are. If you have a friend or a loved one that might benefit from this series on ADUs, feel free to invite them over or share the video with them. But I so look forward to getting to know you, and thank you again for being with me. Until next time, you have a great one.